In Sudan, the fall of Fasher in North Darfur is now being felt through the eyes of children arriving alone in a remote town called Tawila. After months of siege, the Rapid Support Forces captured Fasher, a city that had been a last refuge for hundreds of thousands of people displaced from across Darfur. Witnesses describe massacres, executions, and widespread sexual violence as fighters moved in, with civilians trapped between shellings, snipers, and street-to-street fighting. Now, aid organizations say hundreds of children have made it out, but without their parents. Groups working in the area estimate that somewhere between roughly 450 and 800 unaccompanied kids have reached Tawila in recent weeks, many of them malnourished, exhausted, and deeply traumatized. Some were separated from their families in the chaos of the assault. Others were sent ahead alone on the road, or found abandoned and taken in by women fleeing the city. The journey itself is deadly. Humanitarian workers describe checkpoints, ambushes, and open fighting along the escape routes out of Fasher. With formal aid convoys largely blocked, families have been walking for days with little food or water. Global hunger monitors have now confirmed famine-level conditions in Fasher and in parts of neighboring Kordofan, the worst category on their scale. In Tawila, a town never designed to hold this many people, the situation is collapsing under the strain. Thousands of displaced families are crowded into makeshift camps where clean water, shelter, and medical care are in short supply. Aid agencies report outbreaks of cholera and malaria and say they simply do not have enough supplies or staff to cope with the number of sick and hungry children arriving each day. Relief groups are blunt. They warn that an entire generation of Darfurian children are now at risk of disease and permanent psychological trauma. Without a ceasefire that opens real humanitarian corridors and funding that matches the scale of the crisis, Tawila is likely to be just the first stop in a much larger catastrophe. If you believe independent journalism like this matters, consider supporting the show through Patreon or a YouTube membership with added perks. For as little as $1 a month, you can help us keep telling the stories that go far beyond the headlines and bringing valuable information to the masses. We don't have big donors or sponsors. We are truly building this pure and from the ground up. If you've gotten something out of these videos, please consider becoming a supporter today and be sure to follow the show so that you don't miss any new updates.